Hello everyone, so this is a new Let's Play video, the one that I've been trying to record for a couple days now. This is a game based on a game by Nintendo. This is, of course, AM2R, which stands for Another Metroid 2 Remake. This was released on the 6th of August. And the very next day, it received a DMC notice from Nintendo trying to shut down the downloads of it, but it's already been released and it's already a full game. Released as a full game. So there's nothing they can do to get rid of it. Some people have been saying that it was a cease and desist. It was not. Some people have also been saying that Nintendo had to do that, had to send a cease and desist, not a cease, had to do this to protect their IP, because if they did not do this, they would lose their use of the IP in the future. That is, of course, is bullshit, because that only applies to trademarks, not copyrights. What I want to say is that Nintendo was wrong to act this way toward this fan game. This is a franchise that Nintendo has neglected for decades, and the latest game in the franchise was 2010 with Other M, and a lot of people did not like that game. And I've yet to play it, because I've heard that it is very linear and very un-Metroid-like. So this is Metroid 2, called AM2R. This is a game that I had played through much of in a personal test file. It feels like an official Metroid game, and better than something Nintendo would make these days anyway. It feels like a cross between Metroid Fusion and Zero Mission, with pretty much this feels like a mix of the best of Metroid, as in Metroid Prime, because of the lore and the scan feature. Feels like Fusion, because it has a couple bosses from Fusion, at least one that I know of, and Zero Mission. It's really on the style of Zero Mission. So we're going down here, and as there is one Metroid down here, and we're going to take that out. There we go. I am not playing in full screen mode because I could never get it to work on full screen mode, because it would not record anything. And as for Nintendo, all I say is fuck Nintendo. Nintendo is hanging on to this old world type thing where they think that they are the king of all video games, and they can just chastise their fans, and it's not getting them goodwill. Here's a save point right here. That will recharge our health and missiles. Because Nintendo teases us, like in 2013 with the Video Game Awards show, Reggie was wearing a Metroid pen, and it made us think that maybe a Metroid game was coming, and they were like, we love Metroid, and something along those lines. But and each E3, you think that a new Metroid game is coming, and it never shows up. And when we do get one, it's Federation Force, which is the game that no one ever asked for, which has nothing to do with Metroid Prime. They give us that. Yeah, Nintendo focuses way too much on gimmicks rather than making original games. All it is gimmicks. All it is that they give us. The Wii was successful. It had a lot of third-party games, a lot of third-party support, but the Wii U was just an immense failure. I have one, and I do like it, but I don't have any games for it that aren't third-party. I mean, that aren't first-party, because that's the only reason to get a Wii U, is to play the first-party games, which are actually quite good. But other than that, the Wii U just was a failure. And it's going to continue being that way, because the way Nintendo treats its fans, they demonize their fans. Like with the YouTube copyright strikes on YouTube and stuff like the takedowns, that does not help them. It hurts their business, because they think they're trying to protecting their copyrights. Yeah, people are doing let's plays of their games. That's free advertising for them. And other companies are smart, because they will pay YouTubers some YouTubers to play their games, to do a let's play, to get that attention. Nintendo doesn't get this. They think it's 1992, where they can just push everyone around, and they're like I said, they're the king of video games, which they're not. There are so many choices now. I mean, there's the console. There's PC, and the PC, which there's tons of games of that. There's tons of Steam. There's PlayStation. There's Xbox, which I have a PlayStation 3, and I want a PlayStation 4. Well, for a couple of games. No Man's Sky. I know they have it on PC, but this computer is just not. It's not powerful enough to run it. I don't think it can run it. It may be able to, but I'm not sure. And then there's also Star Ocean Integrity and Faithlessness. That's one I want for PS4. Then the Final Fantasy VII remake that they're coming out with, which will be... It's supposed to be out next year, but I have a feeling it'll be delayed. Here, I should probably hit the save point for good measure. I have a feeling that instead of it be coming out in 2017, I really think it's going to be delayed. And you know, I kind of feel like that that the legal departments of some of these game companies are completely disconnected from the developers, because some of these fan games are really good, and I don't get how they think that people making these fan games could weaken their brand. Because if anything, this strengthens their brand, because it's got a lot of people here interested in an 25-year-old ancient game that no one would have cared about otherwise. This one actually was the weakest of the franchise, because it was released at a time when people who were into Metroid just weren't able to get it. The original had the weakest sales. of all of them. And this is my first experience with Metroid 2. I had known about Metroid 2. I never played it because I found out about this remake and I waited for it to be finished to play it. Alright, so we're going out here. And yeah, you can wall jump with this. There's an energy tank up here. And this is how you get it. 1, 2. 1. Gotta be quick. Got it. Wait, over this side. Was I talking? Okay. Did I get the bombs yet? Yeah, I got them. Here you go, this way. This is the way you would have gone if you did the sequence break. It had the sequence breaks right there. This is our second energy tank. He shut this fine. For 12 minutes. Okay. Good. I'm trying to keep these videos around, I don't know, 20 minutes long. Charge beams right here. On this way. And given that this is my first experience with Metroid 2, I have looked at videos of the original, and they've changed a lot because they've added items that were not in the original. Like the charge beam didn't appear until Metroid, Super Metroid. The speed booster is in this. That wasn't in the original Metroid 2. The gravity suit. The developers of this have done a really excellent job on this, making this, and Nintendo needs to learn to respect people who love their franchises so much that they put this much effort into making a game like this. This took about 8 to 9 years of development time. And that is a serious amount of time. That one we will get much later on. That item. Alright, I think there's something down here. That we already got. What about that? Yeah, this thing right here, there'll be a little, what looks like a blue soccer ball with a blue football with a yellow stripe on it. It's like a power orb, and that will be used to get into that locked door. And I had totally forgotten about that. That won't be until like 3/4 into the game. And down here is the spider ball, an item that first appeared in Metroid 2. It did not appear in Metroid. It did appear in Metroid Prime, but I mean Super Metroid, the Prime series. But in Metroid Prime, you can only use it on certain magnetic fireball tracks. Here, I mean, got it. You would have used the flash user to climb on the walls. You would have. I'm gonna save. You would have used it to go out that shaft, but I rather just wall jump instead. Alright, so let's see. We're gonna grab this Metroid up here. If Nintendo was smart, what they would have done is they would have contacted the people that made this and put together a deal and so that they could release this. Because both parties would win because Nintendo wouldn't have to pay for the cost of research and development since the game's already made, and Nintendo would get a new game, and the fans would get a new Metroid game. However, what Nintendo did was a total dick move, and they're hurting. It's hurting their brand by acting this way. No way to treat your fans. Nintendo does not want you to play this game. However, you should not listen to Nintendo. You should play this game, and although it's been taken down by a lot of sites, it's already out there, and you look for it, you can find it. I am not going to post the link on here because I definitely don't want to get in trouble with Nintendo, because Nintendo is notorious for copyright takedowns. So definitely do not want to do that. Alright, so before we go, I want to discuss something. I have set up a Patreon. I am a DJ as well, so I make trance mixes. And the Patreon will support both the Let's Play videos and the mixes. So, if you like these videos, consider supporting me. So I can make more videos and make more mixes. Supporting one will support the other. So, support one, you get both. Alright, so that's it, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Later.